So is this what you want me to read? You want me to read out the traffic updates?
Yeah.
So how many do you want me to read?
Put up to the hour.
The where?
Maybe down to the hour, top of the hour, 38 minutes.
So right here?
Yeah, you can keep going. Hey, man. Oh, my goodness. Y'all know who that is. That is David D, y'all. Hey, happy Wednesday, Carly. What's up, girl?
How are you? It's a little rainy out there, but at least we're nice and warm in here.
Oh, man, don't complain. Didn't you come from Canada, in Chicago, where it was
don't even get me started on Chicago.
Oh, my God, girl, I mean.
Might as well get your igloo ready now.
So so what did you miss about Chicago?
Deep dish pizza.
Yeah, you loved about Chicago's deep dish. Okay.
I could eat that for days. And you know what? You need a few days to digest it all because that is deep.
Was it better than the pizza you and DeMonica had the other day?
Oh, you know what? I'm somewhere torn right in the middle between super thin crust and super deep dish. It's like you want to go heavy and you want to feel bloated for a few days, you got to do deep dish. You want something light and thin, then you got to go thin crust in the oven baked. I don't know. I'm torn. Depends on my mood.
I bet they torn in this traffic, ain't they?
Sorry, guys. It's always trafficy out there. Rush hour.
So what's happening in your little traffic thing? Because I'm telling you, look, it was ugly just getting here. And that's right down the road.
Well, it looks like in Fulton County, State Route 166 is blocked in all lanes. Looks like they might have had a little bit of an accident, showing that there is a backup there as of 15 minutes ago. If we look further down I-85, more lanes being blocked right through to Gwinnett County. I-85 slow leaving Spaghetti Junction, over 20 minutes backed up from I-25 right up to State Route. So looks like we've got lots of backups. Cobb County, I-575 northbound taking over 20 minutes from I-75 right up to State Route 92. Let's take a look even further up to Cobb County. I-75 northbound jam just past north of Marietta over the Parkway, about over 50 minutes from the Cobb Cloverleaf right up to Wade Green Road. So we got all sorts of delays going on all throughout the city. Accident it's showing too right here on Moreland Ave Northeast. Euclid Ave Northeast. Backed up there. Beware of that road, guys. It's showing there's a bad accident.
They can't drive here.
No, we need like an underground subway station or something.
Actually, we really do. We do have somewhat of a underground, I think. I don't know if you want to call it. It's not like Chicago. You're right.
No, because you know what? In those cities, everybody relies on Uber or they take public transportation. Here, everybody drives. Everybody's got a car on the road. So it just causes for more delays and more problems. It's inevitable, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, I guess we can say that currently we got a bunch of bad driving Uber drivers running around too. That's what I think you're saying. As an Uber Army volunteer. I don't know, but look, so we got this traffic report that's been sponsored with Loving Care Family Chiropractic. Carly, so welcome, man. I'm telling you, it's good to finally get you here.
It's so nice of you to have me here.
Man, we've been talking about Carleylynn on the sports on Thursdays. Now that I told y'all she actually exists. Everybody like, who is that girl? And I'm like,
she's not a ghost. She's really here. Halloween's over.
So what we doing in the I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's happening. I heard you guys, you sports people, I don't want to get into it because y'all talk about this, but the sports situation that's happening in your life, what got you into wanting to be about sports?
My dad, he's definitely the inspiration behind me loving sports so much. When I was really, really young, he actually used to coach me. He was my track coach.
Oh, dang. So
yes.
You're an athlete.
I was an athlete, so we also used to play tennis. I come from a tennis family.
Tennis?
Don't ask us who's the best because it's going to be a fist fight.
You got all boys too, right? You're like,
yes.
Like
even the cousins. I don't know what happened. They just were reproducing males left, right, and center, and then they popped out Carleylynn. So There's one girl, at least somebody's got to hold down the name.
Oh my God, I swear that is too much. So I know we were talking about sports earlier, or y'all were talking about sports, which is, all this, and it's good to have a woman that knows what they're talking about, because I don't know what the hell JJ is talking about somebody else. And it's good to understand English now, because he just be talking. I think it's a different language all the time. I'm like, okay, so now
he's our little encyclopedia back there.
Yeah, I know, right? JJ got it going on, man. I'm telling you, he's a sweetheart. Big old tall. I think he's 6'4", 6'4" or something.
Bang on, he says. Bang on.
Yeah, man.
Good guess.
About 6'4", big old teddy bear. I just tell people all the time. But I always caution people. You might not want to run up in WATB, because he might.
He's gonna take you down. You said the wrong thing.
I'm serious. And then Ben's like 6'6". I'm like, oh, these tall people up in here. I'm thank God. I'm like, there's another lady in here. You're taller than me, because
5'7.5".
Trying to tell you. Hey, so what did you think about our shoebox? Our first shoebox project, pretty much. What you thought about that?
I think it's awesome. It's just the beginning. I think it's such a good concept, and I think there'll be lots more drives like that to follow.
Yeah, our next one is gonna be right out front. That's what I was trying to say. We got that drive-through going on, so people can just throw the tampons out the window and keep going.
We should have like a huge net. Just like a big net. Just throw them on the net and we'll catch them. We'll wheel them in like fish. We'll get rods and we'll just, fish for tampons or something.
Everybody was really sweet in Covington. It's a very wonderful, beautiful area to be in. And I was just very excited about just being back down there among the normal individuals that just kind of chilled out. And so you really enjoyed walking around the square up in there too, right?
You know what? Covington is such a picturesque town. It actually kind of reminds me of this other town that I used to intern in down in New Mexico. Everything's just around that square.
Uh-huh.
And it's so nice and homey. It kind of reminds me of like a storybook. But then when I found out...
It's called Mayberry.
Vampire Diaries. Yeah. I'm like, where the vampires at?
Yeah, that's when he shot Vampire Diaries.
I know.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
That's crazy.
Well, Vampire Diaries and Before Your Time was Boss Hogg and them. The Dukes of Hazzards was going around the square there back in the day, and Heat of the Night, and quite a bit of. I mean, it's actually Covington is pretty much Covington really was the movie capital of Georgia, and that was back in the day, back in the 80s, and people didn't even know it. But that's well kept secret altogether. But we were talking about the women needing pads and tampons. That it's a horrendous story. When you talk about women, when you're a woman, I think it's a little bit different. But now, it was brought to my attention, and I just overlooked it. Girls are having their cycles at 9 and 10 years old now.
That is insane.
And
that's a baby.
It is, but the thing about it is those girls need pads as well. They need pads, and I don't think they would. If I had a 9-year-old, she would have pads. She would not have a tampon on. But these girls do not have any way of getting pads during this hurricane recovery situation. So this is really it's very dear to my heart. So when you start talking about little girls who are just now, they're coming. That's a long way to go. I
wonder why it's so young.
I think it has to do with the milk and the food and things that they eat now. And you're just, you're a millennium, so you're.
Well, you know what? Speaking of that and what affects it and what causes you to get it earlier, I did actually hear that sports for females, it does stunt your growth. I know this is weird to say. I did not get my period till I was almost 18. I was done high school. I'm not even kidding you.
What?
Yes.
You must have been. Mine didn't come until I was 13.
And I think that's pretty normal. I think 13 to 15
back
is
in the
normal.
day was normal. It was normal back in the day, but a 9-year-old, I would have freaked out and lost a little mind.
What grade is that? Is that like 3rd grade?
It has 9. That's impossible. I mean, but that's what they told me. And
no, it's sad. I believe it.
And now we're charged as women. You know, I'm an old woman and you're a young woman, but we're charged with trying to make sure these girls get pads. And we partnered up with a great company that we're going to talk about next week on next week's show. That is going to help us with our fundraising. So we'll be able to distribute pads. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we're looking at still asking ladies to drop off pads and tampons at the 925 Main Street, Suite 300, Stone Mountain, Georgia. Now, I'm just, we had it was so easy to get the girls that were walking by, the models that were out there. They were getting it, weren't they?
Yeah, unlike me.
I didn't post that picture. I posted
one. Looked like a complete moron for the record, but I still did it.
You had a chance to, really thank you for picking up our artist, Monica.
Yes, she was great.
Yeah, good. I actually...
I want to see her again.
She'll be back. She'll be back in January. We're going to have a totally different scenario. The city of Covington is it's implied that they were going to partner up with us, as well as bringing in Newton County's Chamber of Commerce. Talk to Angela down there and Trey Sanders in Covington to ensure that Newton County we have more and more participation throughout the whole community. And then it's a great opportunity, I guess, for the fact that a lot of people do not realize that when you're in a position to offer a way to help somebody, and it only costs you $5 to do it, and you relentlessly don't do it, it could be you. You travel a lot. You travel. You could be my child. I'd be worried to death every day of my life. That every place. You've been everywhere.
I like to travel. I got the travel bug for sure. I inherited it, I think, from my family. My parents were really well-traveled people. And my brother is opposite, though. Like he's so, kind of to himself. He doesn't like going too far. But me, I'm like, I want to see everything and anything. So we're definitely different. But hey, it's not a bad thing to travel.
No, it isn't. And you're young. But I was just kind of saying that any individual that's traveled, it takes a tornado, and in this case, hurricane season was very terrible this year, 2017, and they're looking at some more. But what I'm saying is that it could be the next person that you're sitting next to right now. It could even be you or your family member that is impacted by some act of nature, or even, or being burnt out. We're about to get into the fire starter season. Unfortunately, people are lighting fireplaces as we come. Or as we talk.
Well, there's been crazy forest fires all throughout the summer. Waterton, Alberta, which is on the border of Montana, almost burned down. The towns had to evacuate. Businesses had to shut down. That was a serious forest fire. It ran right through the Montana Rocky Mountain chain, the ones that go into Canada in the western side. And it was bad. It was really sad. I looked up a picture and everything just looked like mini sticks sticking up everywhere. Burnt, and that's in a national glacier park, and that's just got to be bad too for wildlife. Those are animals' natural habitats.
And people were displaced as well.
People were out of work. They had to evacuate the town because the problem was, even if the fires weren't getting too close to human contact, the smoke is so bad for you to inhale. It's serious lung damage when you start inhaling that type of smoke.
And you know what? In relations to when things like that happen to a person, nobody is trying to grab a pack of tampons and pads going out the door. They're trying to get the heck away.
Right.
And, I think for us, the project called the Feminine Relief Project, and then, we're going to do this for a whole year. And we need to, this is what I want to be able to do, identify situations like that. Now, we're working in conjunction with the Homeless Period, and that's an actual organization called the Homeless Period, and Bringing Back Their Dignity, which is an international organization. And then the Now We Know campaign is a global mission to bring awareness to women about toxicity in pads and things. And that's a whole different line of conversation. But I definitely wanted to just kind of talk to you about the fact that as an athlete, you were telling us a little bit about Gatorade. Had some kind of last week. I wanted you to repeat what you were talking about. Gatorade has a scholarship.
Yeah, they partnered up with a women's sport organization, and what that organization does is they donate money to help women excel in sports.
Mm-hmm.
And so Gatorade is their main sponsor. So any type of female at the amateur level, professional level, wants to take their sporting event to the next level, Gatorade is right behind them with the organization to help fund them to get to the competitions they want to compete in and to pay for travel expenses and equipment.
Ooh, that is awesome.
Awesome. I wish that was around, to be honest, when I was going away to college, because I had never heard of that before.
No, I think because we got more, and it's nice to say it. It's more of us than it is them now. More women than our men in the world. That's all I can say. But I mean, we spend more money than men. That's it.
You think so?
Girl, we spend more money than men. Did you buy something when you were in Covington? Pizza, but you didn't shop.
Not pizza. I should have bought 3 of those things. They were so good.
No, I'm so sorry. She was like, look, I'm hungry. I was like, okay. But it was really cute. I'm just saying, women spend money. That's what we do. We shop for shoes. And look, DeMonica had to get something.
She bought earrings. And I helped her pick them out.
So we had to, it was like, okay. But that was pretty cool. DeMonica is a great singer. I'm going to actually play one of her songs, which is Still in Love, you guys. Check this out. This is DeMonica Fly. All right. We'll be right on back. DeMonica Fly, y'all. Sitting here with Miss Carleylynn and Kareema on Wind Down Wednesday.